Avoiding certain foods during pregnancy is very important for protecting both your health and your baby's development. Understanding what foods to stay away from can help reduce risks and support a safe and healthy pregnancy. Pregnancy is a time when nutrition matters more than ever. What you eat affects your body and also your growing baby. However, it's not just about choosing healthy foods. It's also about knowing which foods to avoid. During pregnancy, your body becomes more sensitive to foodborne illnesses, and your baby is even more vulnerable. Because of this, it is essential to stay away from foods that may contain harmful bacteria, toxins, or high levels of certain substances, like mercury or alcohol. Key points to remember. Avoid foods that could harm you or your baby during pregnancy. Pregnant women are more likely to get food poisoning, so undercooked and unpasteurized foods should be avoided. Limit caffeine intake and avoid alcohol completely. Stay away from fish that contain high levels of mercury. Wash fruits and vegetables thoroughly before eating them. If certain foods make you feel sick or uncomfortable, it's best to avoid them. Pregnancy hormones can change your appetite and food preferences. You might suddenly crave foods you never liked before or feel repulsed by foods you once enjoyed. These changes happen because hormones affect taste, hunger, and digestion. At the same time, your baby absorbs nutrients and potentially harmful substances from what you eat. That's why choosing safe and properly prepared foods becomes extremely important. As registered dietitian Lisa Jones explains, pregnancy can feel like a new food journey. Hormonal changes can increase hunger, create cravings, and even cause food aversions as your body adjusts to support your baby's growth. Because of these changes, you may find yourself craving unusual combinations or avoiding foods you previously loved. While it's normal, it's still important to focus on food safety and nutrition. Why food safety matters during pregnancy. The foods you eat affect both you and your baby. During pregnancy, your immune system becomes slightly weaker, making it easier to get sick from contaminated food. Certain bacteria and infections can be especially dangerous for unborn babies. One of the most concerning bacteria is Listeria monocytogenes, which can be found in foods like deli meats, unwashed vegetables, and undercooked meat. Eating contaminated food can cause listeriosis, a serious infection that may lead to miscarriage, stillbirth, or long-term health problems for the baby. Even though healthy adults may only experience mild symptoms, unborn babies can face severe complications. Because of these risks, learning what foods to avoid during pregnancy is extremely important. Foods to avoid during pregnancy. To keep your pregnancy safe and healthy, doctors recommend avoiding the following foods: alcohol, smoked fish, fish high in mercury, raw or undercooked foods, unpasteurized milk and cheese, certain meats and pâtés, excess caffeine, raw sprouts, alcohol. There is no safe amount of alcohol during pregnancy. Drinking alcohol can lead to fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, FASDs, which can cause lifelong physical, behavioral, and learning problems for the baby. Alcohol consumed by the mother enters the bloodstream and reaches the baby through the umbilical cord, affecting development in the womb. Smoked fish. Smoked seafood, such as smoked salmon or smoked tuna, should be avoided because it may contain harmful bacteria like listeria. Infection from listeria can lead to severe complications for unborn babies, including organ damage or even death. Fish high in mercury. Some fish contain high levels of mercury, a toxic metal that can harm a developing baby's brain and nervous system. Fish to avoid include big-eye tuna, king mackerel, marlin, orange roughy, shark, tilefish, swordfish. Mercury can seriously affect fetal development, making it important to choose safer seafood options during pregnancy. Raw or undercooked foods. Raw foods may carry harmful bacteria or parasites that can cause illness during pregnancy. Avoid raw fish and sushi. Raw or undercooked eggs. Undercooked meat. Foods that may carry parasites or bacteria. These foods can contain organisms such as Salmonella or Toxoplasma, which can lead to serious infections that affect both mother and baby. Make sure meats are cooked thoroughly and eggs are fully cooked before eating. Unpasteurized milk and soft cheeses. Unpasteurized dairy products may contain dangerous bacteria. Soft cheeses such as brie, camembert, feta, goat cheese, blue vein cheeses like gorgonzola or roquefort can sometimes harbor listeria, especially if they are not pasteurized. Because these cheeses are moist, bacteria can grow more easily in them. Certain meats and pâtés. Pregnant women should avoid liver, pâté, and some game meats because they may carry parasites that cause toxoplasmosis, a disease that can harm unborn babies. Cold deli meats and sliced lunch meats may also carry listeria. If eaten, they should be heated thoroughly until steaming. People who own cats should also be careful when handling litter boxes, as the parasite that causes toxoplasmosis can be spread through cat feces. Caffeine. Limit intake. Caffeine should be limited during pregnancy because high intake has been linked to miscarriage, low birth weight, stillbirth, future health issues in children. Experts generally recommend keeping caffeine intake under 200 milligrams per day, which is about 1 to 2 cups of coffee. Fish. Moderation is important. Fish can be beneficial because it contains omega-3 fatty acids that help baby development. However, it is best to choose low-mercury fish and eat moderate amounts. Health experts recommend eating 8 to 12 ounces of low-mercury fish per week. Raw sprouts. Raw sprouts such as alfalfa sprouts, clover sprouts, radish sprouts, mung bean sprouts may contain bacteria that cannot be removed by washing alone. These should be cooked thoroughly before eating. Foods that may worsen morning sickness. Pregnancy often comes with nausea and digestive discomfort. Some foods can make these symptoms worse, including heavy meals, greasy foods, spicy dishes, fatty foods. If certain foods make you feel unwell, it's best to avoid them and choose lighter meals. Healthier alternatives during pregnancy. Even though many foods need to be avoided, you can still enjoy similar options safely. For example, choose cooked sushi or vegetable rolls instead of raw sushi. Replace soft cheeses with pasteurized options like cheddar. Drink decaffeinated coffee or tea instead of regular versions. If cravings are strong, finding safe foods with similar flavors or textures can help satisfy your appetite. Doctors also recommend simple, easy-to-digest foods if you are experiencing morning sickness, such as dry toast, rice, lightly seasoned lean protein. Calorie needs during pregnancy. Even though you may avoid certain foods, it's important to maintain enough calorie intake during pregnancy. Health experts recommend about 340 extra calories per day starting in the second trimester. Around 600 extra calories if carrying twins. Approximately 900 extra calories for triplets. A healthy pregnancy diet should include fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, prenatal vitamins, and guidance from a nutrition professional can also help ensure that both you and your baby get the nutrients needed for healthy development. Finally, remember that these dietary changes are temporary, but play an important role in keeping your baby safe and healthy.